Good morning and welcome to In Touch. In Touch is our weekly half-hour public affairs show. At the end of the program, if you are a nonprofit group or organization here in the Hudson Valley and you are addressing issues, there are things that are of concern to you. If you're a company here in the Hudson Valley helping out a nonprofit group or organization and you're helping with development, you're helping with education, whatever it may be, at the end of the show today, I'll give you a myriad of ways to get in touch with me. So let me turn on the microphone. Let me tell you, this is pre-recorded. Any dates, phone numbers, websites, information, please go to the website of whichever station you're listening to this morning, and all of that will be there. Christina is back.
Hi.
Christina Borg is back. She's the executive director of Rebuilding Together, Dutchess County. Mm-hmm. And my goodness, you've just had so many quiet days. Quiet.
Just relaxing.
Yeah, just coming off of a National Rebuilding Day, gearing up for a big fundraiser that you guys do, working with some more nonprofits, helping them out.
No, it's exciting times.
You're just keeping your feet up on your desk, aren't you?
It's exciting times.
So first off, let me officially, I should say, welcome to the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me again. I'm so excited to talk to you about all the fun stuff going on.
I know, because the last time you were here, it was right before the National Rebuilding Day.
Yes.
And while we talked about some of the projects, but it's always very cool to get a recap to see how it is, because lives are impacted in a great way on that day.
Right. It was an amazing day and an amazing month, really. The whole month of April, as an affiliate network, we really celebrate our mission in the month of April. So here in Dutchess County, we completed 7 home repairs and accessibility modification projects. So included in that was one nonprofit facility, which is something new for us. We had a ribbon cutting. It was a lot of fun.
I saw the picture.
Family services. So we built a new wheelchair ramp at one of their buildings so that individuals that utilize their services can go in and out of the building safely, and it's accessible to everybody. So we were really excited to launch that new program. And then we did 6 home repair projects. So critical home repairs, accessibility modifications, energy efficiency upgrades, those projects on our National Rebuilding Day average in market value of about $25,000 worth of repairs when you factor in the materials purchased, the value of the skilled labor, the value of our all of our volunteers that come out on the day, in-kind donations, things like that. So those are our really significant major repair projects. And as you know, we do that twice a year in April and October. Mm-hmm. But in April, our affiliate network really celebrates that day, paying homage to our founding as Christmas in April. And so we still celebrate April as our kind of big impact day. So across the country, our affiliates, there's over 150 throughout the country. They engaged, including us, over 20,000 volunteers to work on 700 projects throughout the country. Wow. So isn't that amazing?
Yes.
It really is. And it's such a cool thing to be part of. And our volunteers love being part of that single day of service where they can really, we always talk about this, come in the morning and really meet their homeowner that they're going to be serving and see what needs they have in their home. And by the end of the day, they truly have made a visible, if not also an emotional impact for our homeowners. They're changing their lives by that one day of service. And so things like, providing a wheelchair user a wheelchair ramp to get in and out of his home safely, doing just simple things for him as well, like putting in transition ramps in doorways and switching out knob door handles to lever handles and things like that, that really, those little things really start to add up when you can really live independently, get around your home without the assistance of somebody else and safely as well. Yeah. And so those types of things was part of the work that we did on National Rebuilding Day, as well as roof replacements and
I'm familiar
plumbing
with that.
and all of that, right? Electrical work and just anything to make the home safe and healthy, so that our homeowners that are struggling to having to make difficult decisions between, paying for medicine and buying food, and they're often deferring those big ticket items that really can start to add up. And And so we're really happy that we were able to kind of bring in our 150 volunteers and really change those lives for the better and allow them to stay in their home and ultimately maintain affordable housing here in Dutchess County. So it's been a great couple of weeks since I was here last time. And, we're not stopping now. We got plenty more planned for this month and the coming months for this year.
That's why I said you guys are just sitting there with your feet up. That's all you do.
That's all we do, right? We're just running around.
Actually, what's funny is you allow other people to be able to sit in their homes and put their feet up.
And you know what?
And not be stressed out.
Not worry about, how am I going to fix the roof? Is it going to, fall in on me? Am I, one of the homeowners we serve was a single mom. She has 2 children. She knew her roof needed to replace. It was not leaking, but she knew it was over 40 years old.
Wow.
It was going to leak any day. And as she said, when you live paycheck to paycheck, there just never seems to be a time where you can kind of catch up and save enough money to handle something like that. So she was constantly worrying about this roof was going to start leaking sooner or later. And so it really did need to be replaced. We replaced all of the decking boards, everything. I mean, it had definitely shown its age. Yes. So we were able to take care of that for her. And now she can live there with her kids, the house that she raised these children in, and, not have to worry anymore.
Right. Because that's sometimes on some days is the very first thing you think of when you wake up because of the weather, depending on what it's doing. A wind advisory to someone else may be like, oh, okay, I have to put my garbage can away.
Right.
To someone who's worried about that going, is this the day where the shingles are going to be coming up?
Yeah, she had already seen them.
Which is what happened with our house in the back. And I went, oh, we have an issue.
So we're going to need to bump this up on the priority list.
This just got moved up whether we were ready for it or not. Because, and in the past 2 months, that was my worry. Anytime the wind, anytime the rain, anytime any of that, I was like, oh, please, God, please just let us get to when this is going to be, repaired. It does. And that's just a tiny, tiny little bit. I mean, I'm certainly not trying to say that I know exactly how other people feel, but you worry.
No,
You're like, is it going to be safe?
Definitely.
Is it going to leak? Is it going to cause more damage if it leaks? And then I can't do this. And then that's more damage and that's more money.
Right.
And then what does that do?
It just has a snowball effect.
Yeah. And I have a really vivid imagination and I can go from 0 to 150 in you'd be amazed how much I can go to a doomsday scenario in my home.
Right.
I can. It's bad and that's embarrassing, but it's true. So I completely...
Well, and a lot of times it's individuals, and especially the people we're serving, it's their one single asset, really. I mean, and so they really need to protect that. They don't have any other options, And so for them, it's a real burden. And I'm not saying we all as homeowners kind of, it's the American dream, but it certainly can be a lot at sometimes, and especially when other things happen that kind of set you off, right? I mean, if you are living paycheck to paycheck or you're living on, Social Security, if anything happens that can cause you to have to pay more, if you get ill or somebody in your family, that just puts you in a place where you're really now struggling.
My parents, they live in Pittsburgh where I grew up, and I remember talking with them about a year ago. The refrigerator went, the dryer went, and the washer went. My dad's like, nothing else can go.
Right.
Because whatever else goes, we can't replace right now.
Right.
So nothing else can go.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's awful. And we all know that. We've all, like you said, it's one bad day away.
Right.
Someone gets ill, something changes with your job status. I think I've said this before. I don't think I know anybody in my circle of friends who's not living paycheck to paycheck. Right. I don't know.
Right.
No one.
Right.
So the services you guys provide, what the volunteers do, like you said,
at
the end of the day, you can visibly see and you can emotionally feel what you have done for someone.
Right. It's just
which is tremendous.
It's why we're here, right? It's why we're here. It's what keeps us going, and it's why we do this, because we know.
And there's no cost to the homeowners.
Yes. Very good point. Thank you. There is no cost to the homeowners that we serve. And that's how they're able to, that's why it's such a gift, really.
Yeah.
And so certainly there are stipulations to the homeowner. We ask them to stay in their home for 2 years after we serve them. We hope that they'll stay there longer, and majority of the people we do serve they stay in their home for the rest of their lives. But yes, it is at no cost if you do stay in your home for at least that period. We do have some funding sources that require individuals to stay in their home up to 5 years. But other than that, it's there's no cost to those that we serve.
And since there is no cost to those you serve, you guys have fundraising. There's opportunities for members of the community to help and to have fun and to help. To me, I've always looked at organizations that put their money where their mouth is, organizations that are here locally, that the money stays local, that it is what you are passionate about and what you want to help with. And I've often talked to people about your organization, and I say to my friends, what if that was us? I mean, let's forward 20 years, fixed income,
right?
You've helped out your kids. You may have helped them out too much. I think that happens.
Right. That happens a lot.
Then you put yourself in a hole.
Right.
And then what do you do? And who's going to be there?
Right.
So I'm thinking, well, we are those people. Like we can be the safety net so that you pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
You pay it forward so that that you enable an organization to sustain and maintain what it is that they're doing, so they can help more people. So that. Yeah, there's some fear there, but you guys come in and fix it.
Yeah, and I think one of the unique things about our organization, other than what we've already talked about, the impact that we're able to have in that short period of time, is also we serve Dutchess County homeowners. So any money that comes to Rebuilding Together, Dutchess County stays in Dutchess County. And so, it's a big give where you live kind of perspective. Help your community. This is helping your community. I mean, we all have been down streets where homes are sitting vacant because for one reason or another, that family could no longer afford to stay there. And it may have gotten to a situation where they just couldn't make the necessary repairs in order to live in a safe and healthy home anymore. So we're trying to reduce that in our community. And certainly it benefits us all, right? So we oftentimes see, and especially we're seeing now with the nonprofit repair projects we're doing, the work that we do on a home or a facility really kind of inspires those around those homes and facilities to do the same on their home. It really does have this kind of a correlating effect where individuals really say, oh, well, I can do that on my home, or I can apply for those services certainly as well. And so it really does revitalize our community one house at a time. And that impact really is something that's very important to us, both here in Dutchess County as an affiliate network. And one of the reasons really why we started to help our nonprofit partners. They're serving individuals that oftentimes are benefiting from services that individuals that may even be served by Rebuilding Together. And so, like our homeowners, they have limited resources. I can fully understand wanting to pour all of your resources into your programming rather than to your building. And so we certainly have the know-how as from the project management standpoint, and we have the volunteer base, it's the skill level in order to be able to handle these types of repairs. And so not only are we helping 1 or 2 or 7 or however many homeowners we plan to help this year, I think our goal is 22 this year, but we're also then able to help all of the individuals that benefit from these nonprofit programs. And so helping family services, they serve over, I think it's 7,000 individuals on an annual basis. So everyone that utilizes family services are now benefiting from the work that we were able to do on their building. And so it really does have that real wonderful community revitalization feeling to it. And, we want to be good partners in our community. You cannot do that alone. You can't revitalize your community alone.
Right.
We need to be good partners to both our homeowners as well as our nonprofit partners. So we're really excited about this program. We're doing our second project with Abilities First in the town of Poughkeepsie on June 4th.
Okay.
Volunteer registration for that project should open this week. We are looking for 50 volunteers to come out, and it's a residence building for individuals that are served by Abilities First, individuals with either physical or mental disabilities, and they're living in this building. This is their home, and as we all know, as homeowners, depending on the type of exterior you have on your home, you have to paint it on a regular basis in order to protect it. And so it hasn't been painted in a very long time. Abilities First knew it had to be painted and have been putting it off and apply for our program. And we're really excited to partner with them to paint the exterior of this building. And if time allows, we're also going to do some landscaping around the home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just some general cleanup. As I mentioned, this is a home for over 20 people. This is where they call home, and so they're really excited about the project. They've been involved. They picked out the color. It's really been a great experience so far, and we're really excited to be able to offer this as a volunteer opportunity for our supporters as well. Sometimes with a home, it's more difficult to get a lot of people to come out on a project because you're dealing with limited space. With a nonprofit facility this, we can bring out 50 people in a single day, really have a huge impact. And individuals that may not have the highest level skill set, most people can paint. So we're really excited.
Why did you look at me that way when you said that? You're like, most people, maybe not Beth, but
no,
everyone else.
I have seen people that, even painting is a challenge, right? That doesn't mean they don't have more other skills.
I understand, but I can paint.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, I can. I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're really excited about that program. So that's June 4th. If individuals want to come out and see what Rebuilding Together is all about, it's a great opportunity to kind of introduce you to our programming. And then we talked about resources. I mean, we do all of our home repair programs at no cost to our homeowners. And so certainly we do a lot of fundraising. And one of the events that we have coming up that helps us support our programs is our that is coming up, comedy, but not immediately
not right now.
in September. But this month, on May 26th, we will host our 24th annual golf tournament. I can't believe we're at 24, which means next year, a big anniversary for us because we've been doing this golf tournament as long as we've been in existence here in New York. So next year is our big 25-year anniversary. But prior to that, come out and join us at our golf tournament. If you're not a golfer, you can come out and for lunch and be part of the program. If you want to just kind of see what we're all about and participate in our wonderful raffles and things like that are going on, we certainly do welcome non-golfers to come out. You can register on our website at rtdutchess.org. And if you go under events, you can register for our golf tournaments. We do have some spaces available for golfers, but we are filling up quickly. So I encourage people, if they'd like to come out and golf and support us in that way, to register on our website, rtdutchess.org, or they can give us a call at our office at 454-7310. That's 454-7310. It's a 9 a.m. shotgun start, scramble format. So even if you're not the greatest golfer, you can come out.
You can still do it.
You can come out and have fun. We do I think we do a really nice job at balancing golf for people who really like to golf and golf for people who really just want to be out supporting us and play some games and things like that. So I think we do a nice balance of that, and it's a lot of fun. Now,
where's it at?
It's at Dutchess Golf this year.
Okay.
And again, it's May 26th, 9 a.m. shotgun start, and you can go to our website or call us to get more info. But we're really excited about it. It is our biggest fundraiser of the year.
I like the fact that you said, if you just want to come out and kind of see what you're all about, then do that and come out for lunch and get the feel of it and see how things are. That's a nice way.
It is nice. We do have a couple of people that do that, and it's a nice way to interact with our golfers. I mean, most of our golfers have been coming out for a long time. Most of our golfers are volunteers as well that come out on our projects. And so we talk about our programs. We usually show a video about our programs. And so it's a nice way to kind of just get introduced to us as an organization.
I do like that. And it goes back to what I said. I like putting your money where it stays local, and you also have to do your work. And so this is a chance for you to have a great lunch, have a nice afternoon, learn about the organization and see what it's all about and why there's all these people doing so many cool things for so many people here in Dutchess County.
Right. And I think we are still looking for a couple of volunteers to help us that day as well. So if you don't golf, but you do want to come out and support us, you'll have to get up early. But we are looking for a couple of volunteers, and people can just go to our website, and there's an email that they can contact us on if they're interested in that, or they can call our office.
Very cool. Very cool. So you also alluded to, you said comedy, but that's coming up. But I want to put that on people's radar.
That's so much fun.
Because it is a fun event. And I feel like when you get into, like right now, people's mindsets are, okay, school is almost out.
Right.
And then we have summer, and when we're doing vacations, and then school's starting back up again. So when school starts back up again and you're losing your mind because of all this, you will need this comedy night.
You will.
You will need it, and that's why it's there.
And we place it perfectly in September so you can prepare for school, get the kids off, kind of have a week or two to get settled into that new schedule again. And then September 22nd, it's a Thursday night. It's at the Grandview. We just got the save the date from the committee this week, so it'll be going on our website. Sponsorship opportunities will also be going on our website. It is a ton of fun. It is our 10th annual. So we've been doing this for a while, yeah. And we partnership with Mayhem Madness, who do a wonderful job in bringing us some really talented comedians. So it's a cocktail reception with nice heavy hors d'oeuvres, and then you go in and enjoy the comedy show, and it's as it should be. It's a lot of fun.
It is. And I just want everyone to stick in your mind. You may not remember the date, but remember when you're losing your mind back to school, you're like, wasn't there a comedy night to help out rebuilding together? I'm going to go to that website and double check. And that's what we want you to do.
Yeah. And if you are familiar with us and you know somebody who's kind of an unsung hero as far as one of our volunteers, we do recognize our Volunteer of the Year and our Skilled Tradesperson of the Year.
Oh, nice.
Our friend Don Veith got our Skilled Tradesperson of the Year last year.
Nice.
So, and our Rookie of the Year, somebody who's new to our organization, who has just really stepped it up and done some amazing things. So we do a very brief program, but we do like to thank those individuals, because we could not do what we do here in Dutchess County. 470 projects, over $5 million worth of market value since our inception. We can do that because of our supporters and our volunteers, and that's the only reason why. I mean, certainly we have wonderful staff, and they are phenomenal at what they do. But if it was just the three of us, we would not be able to accomplish what we do without our volunteers and supporters. So it's really important to us to recognize them. And so nominations will be on our website starting this week. If you know somebody who has volunteered with us, either in the short term or long term, we welcome you to nominate them for our Volunteer Skilled Tradesperson and Rookie of the Year.
The other thing I have to tell you is, which, like you said, if it was just the three of you, that's hard. That's hard at any organization, no matter what it is that you're doing. You really need a team. You need staff. You need volunteers. You need people. I always thought that the best team was put together by people who had different strengths and different weaknesses. Because if you all had the same, you're going to fall at the same time,
right?
At the same rate of speed, and you don't want that. One of the things I got a phone call of the last time you were on asking about the Handyman Program.
Oh, okay.
That they didn't know that existed, and was like, we don't need major,
right?
But what is this? Tell us more.
Okay,
so I directed them to your website, but tell us more about that program.
Thank you for bringing that up, because we do oftentimes talk about our big blitz, and it is our bread and butter. It's what we've always done, right? Our Handyman Program is fairly new. It's in its third year for our affiliate here in Dutchess County, and it's really for that, like the individual you were talking about, those that really just need a couple little things, like that you would typically maybe hire a handyman to come to your home if you had the resources to do it. And so maybe it's, some grab bars. Maybe it's an elderly or disabled person who has difficulty getting in and out of their shower, and they just need a couple grab bars.
That's what it was. Someone, for their mom, they wanted to ask because they were really, really worried.
And that's a lot of times what we have is caregivers that reach out to us that just sensing that just because with just a few minor modifications, individuals can really live safely and independently in their home. And, you just want to make sure you don't make it worse for them, right? You want to put a grab bar in where it's supposed to be and that it's installed properly. So if you do lean on it, it's going to work for you. So oftentimes through that program, we end up doing things like that. Grab bars, making, if handrails aren't there. I mean, code says that it has to be over, I think it's 2 steps to have a handrail. But when you have a hard time going up and down stairs, you want a handrail even if it's just one step.
Yes.
And so
Yes,
we
you
can
do.
do things like that. Removing tripping hazards, maybe it's an old carpet that is really just kind of become a tripping hazard and probably also unhealthy as well. Removing that, and depending on what the surface is below, maybe just putting down some laminate flooring or something like that. So oftentimes our handyman program does end up being those accessibility modifications, the minor accessibility modifications. But certainly it could just be, I have a leaky faucet and, I'm worried that, or I have a leaky pipe and I'm worried that if it continues, it's going to cause mold to grow and things like that. So that program we run throughout the year. It is also at no cost to individuals we serve. We tend to do most of the projects between April and October, though, just because of the weather here in Dutchess County.
That makes sense.
If it requires any exterior work, we're oftentimes waiting until then to do it. It's the same application process, so individuals can get our application on our website, rtdutchess.org, or they can call our office at 454-7310, and we're happy to go through with them the qualifiers for our applications. And then once we get an application from somebody and we're able to qualify them for our programs, then we send out a staff member that does what we call a preview, meet with the homeowners, see the home, see what they say that they need, make sure it meets our mission. At that point, we will assess if a home falls into our handyman program or our rebuilding day program. So the homeowner doesn't even need to make that decision, doesn't need to fill out a different application, same application, and then we can help them kind of, and then if it is handyman, depending on the time of year, we may be able to serve them sooner.
And that's another way you're really helping out the homeowners, because we've oftentimes talked about the fact that people don't really raise their hand when they need help.
Right.
So someone may call and say, I just need a grab bar. And you go in and go, no.
Yeah.
There's a roof, there's a window situation. There is someone. And like you said, it's the same application. They've already done that.
Right.
And now you can be like, okay, hang on. So the person can come back and say, there's some more issues here.
Right.
And that's another, like I said, it's another way that you're helping keeping someone safe, keep them in their home, help out the community because you now have a safe home there. You've enabled someone who is a part of the community to stay in the community. Right. And I like how you said earlier that a lot of times when there's work done in a home, then other homeowners will start to do the same thing because you get inspired. And you look and you're like, oh yeah, that looks really good. Look at mine.
I need to do that to my house. Yeah.
What am I doing?
Right.
And then of course there was always a joke between us and my husband's Aunt Helgi, who lived next door to us. We would mow the lawn, she would mow the lawn. We did something outside, she did something outside. It became a joke. We're like, please stop, because if you mow the lawn, then my husband is going to be out here mowing the lawn, and he just did it. And she would just laugh and giggle and keep going, and then she'd put up flower beds, and then Dawn was outside, he's putting up flower beds. I was like, you guys are like you guys are just it's too funny. So I understand how that
and oftentimes,
works.
it's a critical home repair accessibility modification that's going to drive us to come to somebody's house. But certainly while we're there, as we've talked about, we have teams that have all skill levels, and homeowners who are struggling to even just maintain their yards, right? And so while we're there, we oftentimes do some landscaping, maybe plant some flowers, maybe put down some mulch, do that. And even for the family services project, their property was kind of getting overgrown. And so we had Forest Green Landscaping leading a team of volunteers that really kind of cleaned things up, trimmed bushes back, planted some stuff. It looks gorgeous. It really does. So if you drive by their 50 North Hamilton Street property and see that beautiful new ramp, you'll also see some new plantings, and the building just looks really great. And it's such a hub in the center of the city of Poughkeepsie that we're so excited that was our first project, and we had wonderful visitors and a lot of people come out for the ribbon cutting, so it was really nice.
That's very, very cool. So I'm looking, and believe it or not, we have 2 minutes.
I can't believe it.
So you just have to keep coming back because we always run out of time. But 2 minutes, final things you want to talk about in those 2 minutes.
I just would like to mention, again, golf is May 26th. So if you're interested, come out onto that. If you're not a golfer, everybody can laugh. So mark your calendars for September 22nd. And then also, we're very fortunate to just get 2 fairly large grants last year that will help us do more in-depth accessibility modifications and really like critical system repairs to a home. So if you are struggling to stay in your home, or if you're in an institution, are not able to come home because you need some major things like bathroom modifications, lift systems, things like that. Yeah. You may qualify for those programs, so please do reach out to us and we can talk to you about the qualifiers. They're slightly different from our general qualifiers. So reach out to us and we can talk to you about that. And certainly don't forget about the Handyman Program. We can help people that with just some minor stuff. Send out a small team
and make it such a big difference.
Yep. It really does.
It really can. Yeah. Christina, thank you so very much for being willing to be here. I don't know how you are doing all that you do, but thank God that you guys and your staff and the volunteers and the trained professionals, everyone that helps out. I mean, what is it? The Toolbox Heroes?
The Toolbox Heroes, exactly.
The Toolbox
you
Heroes.
Can go to our website, and if you want to use somebody who supports your community, if you're getting ready to hire somebody, please do go look out at our Toolbox Heroes, both on our website and our Facebook page. Support these organizations. These companies are volunteering their time, oftentimes the materials that they put into our homes, all a donation, and we could not do it without them.
Yeah.
Right? So
take a look at that list. Yeah. So Christina, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks to you guys. Hopefully there's something that you've learned, something you can take away from the program today. Again, whatever station you're listening to this morning, please go to that website and you just keyword In Touch and you will find the show. You can listen to it. You will also have links to talk about the accessibility grants and information, how to apply for those, whether you're looking at Toolbox Heroes, whether you want to find out about the golf event that's coming up May 26th, whether you want to make sure that you have saved the date for the comedy night in September when your sanity will need a helping hand. It's all right there. If you would like to get a hold of me and be on the program, here's how you do that. Phone number 845-471-1500. Email is beth.christie@townsquaremedia.com. You can also contact me at hudsonvalleycountry.com, and all my information and my social media sites are all right there. Take care of yourself and those you love, and we'll see you right here next week.